Thank you, Commissioner Signature. It's 5:30. Presents are Commissioner Ramirez, Commissioner Cade, Commissioner D'Antonio, and you.
Okay, I call to order the December 27th, 2023 meeting of the Springfield Board of License Commissioners at 5:30 p.m. on Zoom. First order of business is approval of the minutes of the hearing of December 12th. Has everyone had an opportunity to read them?
Yes.
And do we have any changes from anybody?
No.
No? All right. I make a motion then to approve the minutes of the hearing of December 12th, 2023. Do I have a second?
Second.
Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Signature, yes, thank you. First item on the agenda is a hearing for petition of a new all alcohol restaurant license for Republica Hookah Lounge located at 762 Boston Road. And this is one of our new/late renewals that did not renew in time before the end of November. So Charlie Mello Perez, you are the manager of record there.
Yes, sir.
Is anyone representing you? You have an attorney? Dan Kelly.
Yeah.
Who I don't see.
He said I should be fine for this one, if anything, to reach out.
Oh, all right. Okay, so he's not joining.
No.
Okay, all right. So you did not get your renewal in on time. Do you want to tell the commission what happened?
I just got delayed with some materials during the construction period, but everything's all set. I just lost track of time and finally found somebody to help me with the renewal and get it all done and straightened out.
And so are you open there now?
Not yet. We're just waiting to get this approved and then get the final inspection. Everything's all set and ready to go.
Oh, so you have never been open?
No, I was during the construction period.
Oh, all right. Okay, all right.
I just got delayed with some materials.
Okay. Could you refresh us as to what your hours are there, Charlie?
It'll be from 3 to 11 or 12.
3 to midnight.
Yeah, until the 6 months is over, then I'll repetition after that.
All right. Okay. How many employees will you have serving alcohol?
I would have 3 employees.
And do you know who those employees are already, or?
Not yet. We have a few in mind, but nothing solid.
Okay. Are you tip certified?
I am.
Okay. So we want all of your employees serving alcohol to be tip certified.
Yep.
And you're going to print a certificate. You're going to keep that certificate on file in your office in case there's a disturbance, a serving to minors, a over-serving violation, and you're going to keep those current because they do expire, right?
Yep.
Where do you live, Charlie?
110 Brandon Avenue, Springfield, Mass. 01119.
Springfield. All right. So as we explained to you previously, you are personally responsible for everything that happens on the premises, whether you're there or not, and you understand and accept that responsibility?
Yes, sir. I'm right around the corner if you look up the address and the location.
Perfect. Commissioners, any questions for Charlie?
No.
No. Okay. We take public input on a new license, which is one of the perils of failing to renew your license on time. Is there anybody who would like to speak in favor of this new license for Republica Hookah Lounge? Seeing none, is there anyone who would like to speak in opposition to Republica Hookah Lounge? Seeing none, I would make a motion then to approve the new all alcohol restaurant license for Republica Hookah Lounge located at 762 Boston Road. Charlie Mello Perez, manager of record. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Commissioner Cade?
Yes.
Commissioner D'Antonio?
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez?
Yes.
Commissioner Signature, yes. Okay, Charlie, you have to get this to the ABCC for renewal. Now, we used to have to drive them there, but I think now you can email them there. I would contact the commission office tomorrow and find out what the procedure is, and then hopefully the ABCC will email back a approval so that they can print your license for 2024. All right, so contact the commission office in the morning.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Good night. Next on the agenda is a petition for change of manager for record for the John Boyle O'Reilly Club located at 33 Progress Avenue.
Excuse me, Commissioner Alicia Days, I don't know if you received my chat room message, but can I just interject and talk about renewals for a minute?
Oh, there's your message. Oh, I see it now. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so commissioners, our common vicular licenses, we have not received bills yet. I understand they're coming within the next couple of days. So traditionally, what we do is once someone has renewed, is we send out a letter if they fail taxes, and we attach a copy of the bills so the licensee knows in fact what to pay and how much they owe. Or in most occasions, and Peter, you can correct me if I'm wrong, they're the landlord's taxes. And as a result of that, of course, they cannot renew as long as anything is owing. As a result of them, we'll probably get them out, I imagine, the first week in January to notify the licensees, we've notified many of them that they have failed, but exactly what is owed to secure their license. My suggestion is that we wait until mid-February to disallow the license. Now, along with that, though, and I communicated this today, I had a conversation with the collector, is they should not be penalized if, in fact, there are additional taxes owed after the 31st of December, because they should have been tax certified by this point. This is a rare instance. It's never happened before. I don't anticipate it will happen again. But I want to make sure that we're transparent and that we provide the licensees with sufficient time to learn of their tax liability or their landlords, but also provide them sufficient time in which to pay. So that would be my suggestion to the commission, is that we delay from failing the common VIX and allow sufficient time for us to get the bills out and the letter out, and then for them to be able to contact their landlord, or if they owe the taxes themselves or some sort of liability, some sort of fee, that they have sufficient time to pay it. So I take any questions that anyone has.
Well, I don't have any.
30 days, just to be clear, this is for the item that's under new business for the discussion of common vic tax failures?
That's correct.
Okay.
It is. Mhm.
So this year, the treasurer asked that I review the work of the people who did the actual certifications to make sure that everything had been included and things were not included that shouldn't have been included. And so I was basically recertifying every licensee we have. So that took me quite a while. And as a result, a great number of them that had been previously certified came off the fail list just because the bills had been paid, and those were moved over to the pass list. And I sent that up today, and they're free to issue all of the ones that were passed. There were about 60 or so that did not pass, and it's kind of remarkable as you go through the list to see exactly what is holding up licensees. And you haven't lived until you've tax certified every Dunkin' Donuts, Taco Bell, and Subway in the city. We have 9 Dunkin' Donuts, by the way. And a lot of these are owned by chains. So one bill owned by a corporate owner can hold up 7 Subways. So as soon as that one bill is paid, all of those will be released. And I would say for the most part, these are small bills relating to health inspections, health food service permits, fire inspections. There's not a lot of real estate in there. Although we did have, I did not realize was that the License Commission staff was going to proactively start calling the people on the failed list. And we had a restaurant owner come in this week who's a landlord, owed $15,000 in real estate taxes to the city. And we sent her away with that bad news, and the landlord came in the next day and paid everything. So most of these are personal property bills and small bills owed to other city departments like fire and health. So I would, by looking at the list, I would say that most of these will be paid off as soon as they are sent a notification that they have an issue. Just to give you a little background on where we are with that. So I've definitely, nothing is going to be included after after today, actually, after there's no new bills will be included for sure, Alicia. I agree with you on that. So it's just whatever is owed up to this point. So, and those I will print and bring up to the commission office tomorrow.
Okay, very good. And lastly, just a reminder, and Commissioner D'Antonio, and I know I just butchered your name and I apologize for that,
No,
but I didn't have your email from home when I sent out the invite to Anna's going away party,
okay,
which is going to be Friday at 4:30 p.m. at Ciro's on Main
Okay.
Street in Springfield.
Thank you.
So
Thank-
folks could drop by and wish her well, and that would be great.
absolutely.
So are
Thank
there
you.
any other questions for me? You're welcome. Any other questions for me? Okay, hearing none.
Oh,
I'm
you're not,
leaving.
oh, wait, you're leaving? Oh, boy.
Yes. Why? Do you have another question?
No.
You have a question for me?
Just wanted you to
Okay, I'm gonna
enjoy
leave
the
you in the
rest of.
capable hands of Attorney Poe. He's gonna pick up from here. But I'm going to go. Okay?
Right.
Thanks,
All
you
right.
guys. I appreciate
See
it.
you.
Okay,
Okay. Bye.
take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so the item I had called was a change of manager for John Boyle O'Reilly to Matthew Keating.
Yes, can you hear me?
Mr. Keating in the room. And you are you here by yourself or do you have an attorney, Mr. Keating?
I'm by myself.
All right, okay, so you are the proposed new manager of the John Boyle O'Reilly. Could you give us a little the board a little review of your experience in liquor-related employment? What
I have been a bartender for the last 25 years. I was manager of the Boyle before COVID for about 8 years. And then when COVID hit, I left. I resigned. And then I'm back now.
Were you the manager of record on the liquor license?
I was, yes.
Oh, all
Not
right. I thought
before
so. All
COVID,
right.
before
All right.
COVID, yes.
All right. So you've already done this. All right.
Yes.
How many hours do you work there, Matthew?
Right now it's only 20 hours a week.
20 hours. All right. And how many employees there sell alcohol? Or serve alcohol?
Right now 6.
6. And are you and they tax certified?
All of them are, yes.
All right. Tip certified. I'm thinking tax.
Yep.
All right. Tips and tax. All right. So we know that as the manager of record, you want to keep everybody certified and keep copies of their certificates on file.
Yes.
Okay. And you live where, sir?
I'm in Munson, Mass.
Munson. All right. And you understand, as the manager of record, you are personally answerable to this commission for everything that happens on the premises, whether you are on duty or not. And you understand and accept that responsibility?
I do, sir.
There you go. Commissioners, any questions?
No.
No. All right. We take public input on new managers. Is there anybody who would like to speak against Mr. Keating being the manager of record of the Boyle? Is there anybody who would like to speak in favor of Mr. Keating be the manager of record of the Boyle? Seeing none, I will then make a motion to approve a petition for change of manager of record for the John Boyle O'Reilly Club located at 33 Progress Avenue to Matthew Keating. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Signator, yes. All set. Thank you, Matthew.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Good night.
Good night now.
Happy New Year.
You too.
All right. Next item on the agenda is a petition for change of manager of record, change of officer directors, change of ownership interest, LLC members, LLP partners, and or trustees for Pride Operating LLC, DBA Pride, located at 77 West Street. I see Mr. Channing. Good evening.
How are you?
Good. And we have Alexis Ruiz as your manager candidate.
That's correct. He joins me as well.
I don't see her in the room right now.
Yes, he's second on. I think he's got the Golden Gate Bridge in his background, if I'm not mistaken. Alex.
Oh, there he is. Oh, it's crossing the Golden Gate. Okay, you got to turn your microphone on, Alex. So is it Alex or Alexis?
Okay, sorry.
They have
This
Alexis
is
on the menu.
Alexis.
Alexis? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So why don't you tell us about your experience selling alcohol, Alex?
Well, I've been with Pride for 3 years, and I was manager of the liquor store side for 2 years. Yeah, I have my tip certification for a year and a half now, and I make sure. Well, right now, we go up and down with people getting hired and fired. So right now, at least have the tip certification.
Okay, so you've never been a manager of record before, correct?
What do you mean on
On a liquor license.
No, I haven't.
All right.
Nope.
But you have been working at Pride stores for how long?
For 3 years.
3 years. And
Yep.
your duties there have been staffing and inventory and ordering.
Yep, and training people to card.
Okay. And as the manager of record, how many hours a week will you be working on West Street?
Anywhere between 40 to 50 hours.
All right. And how many employees will be selling alcohol?
2 at a time, and I have a total of 10 employees.
10. And everyone is tip certified?
Half.
Half. All right.
Yep.
So the half that can sell alcohol, the half that can't need to be tip certified before they sell.
Yep.
All right. So we want everybody who is selling alcohol to be tip certified, and you're going to keep a copy of their certification in a file.
Mm-hmm.
And as it expires, they have to be recertified. In case there's a selling to minors, we're going to want to see that certificate. You understand?
Right.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. And where do you live, sir?
I live in Westfield.
Westfield, my hometown. Okay. Now, as the manager of record, this is a big step up in responsibility. You are, as you may have heard me tell the other manager of record, you are personally answerable to this commission if there is any violation of Mass state liquor laws on the premises in case of a package store. It's usually selling to minors. Do you understand and accept that responsibility?
Yes.
Okay. There's also Attorney Channing, a change of ownership, or would you like to tell us what that is?
There's 3 proposed operational or corporate changes. The first one, there's no ownership changes. So Pride Convenience Holdings will still own Pride Operating LLC, but we're proposing to have Pride Convenience Holdings no longer be an LLC manager. We are proposing to add our CFO and our executive vice president as LLC managers. And lastly, we're just a corporate change having our CEO identified as being an owner listed with the Secretary of State. Obviously, all these are subject to the ABCC approval, but those would be the 3 corporate changes.
Okay. Now, have those already gone through the ABCC or no?
They're subject to review. You're the last of the 6 cities and municipalities to review them. So they've all reviewed it, but it's all subject to, I think they're going to review it all at once.
Okay. All right, great. Commissioners, any questions?
No.
Okay. We take public input on a new manager. Does anybody speak in favor of Alex Ruiz being the manager of record of Pride West Street? Is there anybody in opposition to him being the manager of Pride West Street? Seeing none, I will make a motion to now, Jim, I want to do this. So I'm taking out the change of ownership part of this, and we're doing change of officers and directors.
It should be, yes. There's no ownership change.
Okay. Make a motion to approve a petition for change of manager of record to Alexis A. Ruiz and a change of officers and directors for Pride Operating LLC. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
for the Pride located at 77 West Street. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelantonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Signatory, yes. Okay, we got that one out of the way. Thank you. And
you, Alex.
we have another one for the Parker Street store. Is that correct?
That's correct. The proposed manager, I believe Tammy is on
Tammy.
as well.
Tammy is in the room. And we have, Tammy, do you have a camera or no?
I do not.
No? All right. Tell us about your experience selling alcohol, Tammy, if any.
Yeah. I've been with Pride for 2 years as the manager. So that's the experience that I have there. I am tip certified and my staff is tip certified, except for 3 of my new hires that are within their 90-day probation still.
Okay, all right. So we want you and all the employees who are going to be selling alcohol to be tip certified, right?
Yes, there's 9.
And you're going to keep all of those copies of the current certifications on file in case there's
Correct.
selling to minors. We need to see that.
Correct.
And how many hours a week do you work there, Tammy?
About 54.
That's pretty specific. 54. And you live where, ma'am?
I'm in Ludlow, Mass.
Ludlow. All right. Have you ever been a manager of record somewhere else or just here?
Just for Pride.
Just for Pride. All right. That your name kind of sounded familiar to me. All right. So as I told Alex, you are personally responsible for everything that happens on the premises, whether you're there or not. So if there's a selling to minors violation, for example, you will be in the commission meeting explaining why. So
Okay.
it's a big step up in responsibility. Do you understand and accept that responsibility?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And we don't need to go through the ownership changes again. Commissioners, do you have any questions?
Nope.
No. All right. We did public input on new managers. Is there anybody who would like to speak in favor of Tammy Hayward being the manager of record of Pride Parker Street? Is there anybody speaking in opposition to Tammy being a manager of record of Pride Parker Street? Hearing none, I make a motion to approve petition for change of manager of record and change of officers directors for Pride Operating LLC Parker Street to Tammy Hayward. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelantonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Signatory, yes. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
You too. We have next on the agenda is informational hearing for Hatwood Auto Sales, and Derek Hatwood is luckily for him out of the country for New Year's, so has asked for a continuation. So he didn't I did not see when I'm going to be in the country. So should we schedule this for the next meeting, January 10th?
I will send out notice for the January 10th meeting. I did not receive the notification that he was going to be out of the country. So that must have came to the office. It just never reached me. But I'd say the next meeting is fine.
All right. I make a motion then to continue the hearing for Hatwood Auto Sales to January 10th. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelantonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Signatory, yes. Continued to January 10th.
Commissioner Signator, can I
Yes.
just inquire, is the complainant who is that person present?
Good question. Is the complainant for Hatwood Auto Sales present in this Zoom session?
I see someone with a phone that just says I.
Aye.
So we will notify the complainant as well, Mr. Joseph Spyak.
Okay. All right. Next on the agenda is an informational hearing for Merrill Superette, 62 High Street. Do we have a police? Oh, Barry's in the meeting. Okay.
Yes, he's here.
All right. So this was a four incidents. October 15th, 2023, October 14th, 2023, March 8th, 2023, and February 6th, 2022 of receiving stolen property.
And I'm here my name is Josh Goldstein. I'm the attorney here on behalf of 60 GEO High LLC. And the owner is also here as well. Dean is.
Does somebody want to review this before we start? Attorney Poe or Barry?
I'll review it and I'll ask Barry to help me out or supplement it once I miss some spots. So this basically deals with some incidents. First one occurring on March 8th of 2020, where officers were investigating a theft of 4 boxes of Ensure from the CVS located at 991 Main Street. And they identified and detained a suspect. The suspect was in possession of this stuff. The officers, he said he had, the suspect was no longer in possession of the stolen merchandise and admitted to officers that he had sold the Ensure and to a bodega on High Street for $17. He also admitted that he regularly sells stolen merchandise at this bodega to support a drug addiction. The officer, Danelli, noted that Merrill's Superette is located at 62 High Street and is a lone convenience store on that street. The second incident occurred on December 2nd of 2022. This was a report authored by Detective Bacon. An officer filed an incident report on December 6, 2022 regarding a shoplifting incident from a CVS located at 991 Main Street, in which there were 5 cases of stolen soda. They saw the male on cameras dropping off stolen goods at the store on School and High Street. The store, after a period, they observed him unloading the soda at the store, and they see him exit the store. Third and fourth incidents occurred in October of this year, October 14th and October 15th. And this is documented in an incident report authored by Officer DeSantis. Both of these incidents involved merchandise stolen from the CVS at 991 Main Street and later recovered within Merrill's Superette located at 62 High Street. On October 14th, 2023, a male stole 20 Monster drinks from the CVS store. Officers were able to view video footage and identify the suspect. On October 15th, 2023, the same subject stole 6 Ben & Jerry's ice creams. The Department Real-Time Analysis Center captured the male suspect on the video footage entering the convenience store on High Street with a black plastic bag and exiting shortly thereafter with no bag. The male suspect was located, placed under arrest. Officers then went to Merrill's Superette at 62 High Street. The suspect was seen entering. In furtherance of the investigation of the stolen goods, officers spoke with the only employee on the scene, identified himself as a 16-year-old son of the owner. The son called and spoke with his father on the phone. The father, Mr. Dean, asked to speak with the police officer. The officer explained the reason for being in the store. The son eventually turned over the stolen goods to include Monster energy drinks and Ben & Jerry's ice cream. He admitted he purchased these items from the male suspect on both days, but indicated he was not aware the items were stolen. Those are essentially the facts of the incidents.
Okay. Attorney Goldstein?
6 o'clock.
Yep. Thank you. As I mentioned earlier, I'm Josh Goldstein. I'm from the law firm Bacon Wilson, and I'm here on behalf of 60 GEO High LLC. They do business as Merrill's Superette, and they're located at 62 High Street. So my client, he understands that he made a mistake by allowing this to happen on his property. He is of course regretful and sorry for his actions. However, it was never his intention for this to occur. To remedy this situation, employees have now been trained to identify when a vendor is legitimate or not. And they do this by identifying and asking questions when people try to come in and offer things for sale, including, what company do you work for? Do you have a website? Is there something where we can go and browse products and do our due diligence? We ask for supervisor contact information, stuff like that. And employees are not allowed to make any purchases without Dean's approval. To avoid this, they now have a very strict policy about buying off goods where anyone gets any hint of illegitimateness, and they, of course, as mentioned, they need Dean's approval. We understand there is some, so the offenses are for receiving stolen property, which I understand is a violation of the Massachusetts alcohol ABCC regulations. However, I think the illegality of the client's purchases are in question. I understand that. My understanding from reading the criminal statute, which I'm not a criminal lawyer, but is that actual knowledge is required in this instance. And it is kind of a subjective, not an objective standard. And my understanding is that there's no duty on the owner's part to kind of ascertain and determine the source of where it's coming from, whether it's stolen. Of course, to avoid this in the future, we are going to really do our due diligence to ascertain the legitimateness of the vendor. And so, of course, the most recent, the two violations that occurred in 2023, those happened when Dean was not on site. And this, again, we are going to prevent that in the future by, first, Dean being on the premises as much as possible. Of course, life comes up and he can't be there all the time, which is understanding, but we do need him to be there more often. And like I said, no purchases will be made without Dean's approval after doing his due diligence into the source. So as mentioned, he's not been involved in this conduct since he was apprehended 40 years ago. And so the current manager has been quite distant. So our intention now, of course, after going through the process and with city approval, we would like to change Dean over from one of his other locations and have him serve as the manager of record here. And we are going to have Mohit Ahmad serve as the manager of record for the Summit package store location. And this is to further prevent that this does not occur at the store.
So these are two new managers of record.
Right. Well, one was obviously Dean is the manager of record of Summit, so he would switch to here, and we would have someone substitute in at the Summit package store location.
Okay.
I
So
don't think that's.
go ahead.
Yep, that application has not been put in as of yet. Correct, Attorney
That's
Goldstein?
correct. We had a lot of people have been out of the country this past month, so that's kind of been a delay getting signatures, but it is ready, and we hope to have it in very soon.
So the person who purchased these items is not going to be a manager of record.
That's correct.
Okay, all right. When somebody walks into your store with a bag of ice cream, an alarm should go on. Said, "Do you want to buy this?" The alarm should go off. That's not what a normal salesman does, right? He comes in with an order sheet, not with a bag of merchandise. So,
That's
yeah.
why we've stressed how important it is to do your due diligence. I mean, that's why I look for someone with a company shirt on, not coming in, with some sort of, advertising, coming in on behalf of a business, not someone walking in with a bag of mysterious goods.
So so this is an informational hearing. Are you stipulating to these violations?
We understand that they occur. I think there is question as to the illegality of kind of, to the underlying offense. and the knowledge aspect of things.
Okay, so is that a no or a yes? Because this is an informational hearing, and if you don't stipulate, then we move on to a final hearing. And we have the police officers in and your witnesses and
Yeah, that, I mean, Dean, what do you think?
We know that we did make a mistake, and we are asking the council to accept our apology on our behalf.
the police have presented a violation of receiving stolen property. And so what we're asking is, do you stipulate to these violations? That's what an informational hearing is about. So if you do, then we will propose a penalty. If you don't, then we will move on to a final hearing. It's just a kind of yes or no at this point.
We would take as a, I don't know what is the penalty. Josh, I need your help on that. I don't know.
Could you pause? Attorney Poe, do we have any violation history on this?
So we do. So we have a 2017 violation from April 1st, 2017, which is failure to post a 2017 alcohol license, no manager of record on the scene. The decision was a suspension for 1 day to be held in abeyance for a period of 1 year from June 9th, 2017 to June 8th of 2018. And then that same year, we had June 20th, 2017, selling alcohol to a minor and no manager of record on scene. The decision was a 5-day suspension with 3 days to be served for the new offense and 1 day to be served for the prior offense. The licensee was closed from August 16th to August 19th, 2017. The balance was held in abeyance for a year. Since that time, we have not heard from this licensee with regards to violations.
Okay, so I don't know how familiar you are with the way we issue our violations, Attorney Goldstein, but we have a rolling calendar of violations, and after a year, they roll off the calendar. So you haven't had a violation since 2017 there, so we're starting fresh. Okay, so the commission has set up a penalty schedule on the first violation. It is a 5-day suspension, and then the commission can, based on the circumstances with the violation, can propose days to be held in abeyance versus days to be served. And as you saw in the 2017, that first 2017 violation, it was 1 day suspension with 4 held in abeyance. So you may make your decision based on that information.
Right.
We take it.
Yeah, I think.
Right.
Thank you for
Right, so-
thank you for the further explaining
Sure.
that.
All right,
Thank you so
so you're stipulating to these violations that they weren't alcohol related, and luckily, but it's still, I've been on the commission for 21 years and I've never heard a violation like this before. So
I'm sorry about that.
somebody walks into your store with ice cream, you kind of suspect that's not a legitimate salesman. Okay,
Sorry.
so commissioners, the licensee is stipulating to the violation, and our first level of a penalty is a 5-day suspension. And does anybody have any proposals for what the suspension should be?
Peter, stand by for 1 second. Barry, could you answer a question for me? Was it the same person in the multiple instances that went to the store and sell the stolen items?
You're referring to the suspect who stole the stuff and brought it there?
Yes.
I don't believe all 4 were the same. I believe the most recent ones that happened in October, it was the same suspect. I believe that happened on a Saturday and Sunday. It was the same guy both of those days.
Yeah, those are back to
All right, because what I have that they say that a mistake, I get it. One time is a mistake. 4 times is a mistake. 4 times seems to be a usual occurrence. So, I don't find no justification for saying there's a mistake on 4 occurrences.
I mean, in his defense, I that on the 14th and 15th, it was the same person 2 days in a row, but obviously he didn't know until he kind of. But I totally understand what you're saying, but I guess in his defense, he didn't kind of understand that that person was selling him in 2 days in a row until that person actually got caught.
Yeah,
But I do understand, and that's why we've implemented these policies to verify the legitimateness of the vendors. But I understand.
So it was the same seller in October on 14 and 15. Barry, was it the same person? I had March. Is that not right?
There's a March 8th, 2022, Ken Rock, I believe.
I'm not sure if it's the same one. The prior incident, I believe, was December of the 2022. I'm trying to find it now, but I don't believe it was the same suspect.
Correct. That was December of 2022, and the date.
Our agenda says March 8th, 2023. Is that wrong?
I have the dates of.
That's wrong.
That's wrong.
Great.
Yeah.
So we have October 14th and October 15th of 2023, December 6th of 2022, and March 20th of 20, March 8th of 2020.
Oh, 2020. Oh, boy.
Yeah, I think it said 3/8/23 on one.
Okay. So, Barry, you said you don't think it was the same seller in 2022 and 2020 as in October of this year.
Correct.
Okay. Was it the same clerk who purchased them? Do we know that?
The two most recent ones in October, yes.
Was the
What
son.
about the previous ones? Do we know that? Or no?
I don't think so, because the purchaser was, I believe, the 16-year-old son of the owner. So he would have been working. Well, I don't think so.
So the owner left a 16-year-old in charge of the store? Attorney Goldstein?
Yes, this was his son who works there sometimes.
You know, 16-year-olds can't sell alcohol, right?
On the Sunday, can I speak up?
Yeah.
Okay. On the Sunday, we have a ban until 12. So he could work because I need him to be working on the store so he can get used to working. But on Saturday, the guy took off and I have to send him. So unfortunately, he was working on Saturday morning.
Okay. Well, that's not on our agenda as a violation, but you can't have a minor selling alcohol. So that's a no-no. So, all right. So you had how old was he? 16?
Yeah, he's almost 17.
16-year-old selling in charge of a store, buying ice cream and soda from a thief. All right. So we can't John, does that answer your question? It was the same person in October selling and buying, but we don't know about the two previous ones.
Right. So my thing is people out there must be comfortable doing this. And that's what I have in my thoughts, that if they did it once, they do it again, and that's what this person did. And it must be a situation where people must be comfortable going there and doing this. Now, that's the problem that I have. So the one is saying a mistake. I don't buy it. So I don't know offhand what I will recommend for days. I'm still thinking about it. But I'll let my fellow commissioners come up with something and then see if something that's agreeable by me.
Okay. Maria, Andrew,
Well,
thoughts?
yeah, I agree with John. The only thing I would think recommend would be at least a 2-day suspension. Since there's nothing on the books right now, so at least 2 days suspension right now. That's what I would think. That's my recommendation.
With 3 days to be held in abeyance?
That's correct.
Maria?
That work. I agree. I agree with Commissioner Kay. That would work as well. 2 days with 3 in abeyance.
Okay. So I agree. I'll agree with the rest of the commissioners. So Attorney Goldstein, the proposed violation, a penalty is going to be 2 days to be served with 3 days to be held in abeyance for 1 year. Do you accept that penalty?
Yes, right, Dean, we accept.
All right. So when should we make those 2 days to be served? You're open 7 days a week, I take it?
Yes.
Yes. Commissioners?
What are the 2 busiest days?
Friday, Saturday.
I'd say the weekends. Absolutely.
All right.
Friday, Saturday.
Friday, Saturday?
Saturday, yeah.
So we're gonna need time for Attorney Poe to get the violation letter out, so January 5th and 6th, is that? Oh, he
Sounds
left.
great to me.
Attorney Poe, does that give you time?
Yes, we can get it out.
All right, so the days to be served will be Friday, January 5th and Saturday, January 6th. And we have a violation sign that we routinely post as to why no alcohol will not be available for sale that day. And we will send you that sign that's to be posted in the door. And there will be 3 days held in abeyance for 1 year. And let's hope we don't have a violation from you in quite a while.
Commissioner Signature, just to be clear, they can be open. They just
Open
can't sell
selling
alcohol.
bread, milk, yes, this is
Okay.
in a
Thank
beer
you.
and wine package store, this beer and wine is an accessory use to the convenience store, so yes, they have to somehow prevent the beer coolers from being opened or accessed, or the beer has to be removed, one or the other. And for those 2 days.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Okay,
Alrighty. Thanks
All
so
right.
much for your time, everyone.
thank you for
Bye-bye.
coming, and let's hope we don't hear about this again. Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
All right.
Right.
Thank you so much.
And under new business, we got the common victular tax failures out of the way, and oh, Kristen, who's been patiently waiting. Kristen, you there? Rose? Here
Hi guys.
you are.
Hello.
Hello.
Merry Christmas. Happy
Merry
holidays.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I feel like we always have some long, crazy violation before me. The last time was
Because we knew you were coming and we scheduled it that way.
the last time it was the auto parts.
Oh, yeah.
And
Mhm.
then at the end it was already solved. I don't know.
Yeah.
So hello again.
Hello.
I am not operating. I do have all of my inspections scheduled. So who knew every single department in City Hall is short staffed?
I know.
Plumbing inspectors are down. They have 2 from 5. Health inspectors, I think they have 1. Her name is I think it's Sam. She's actually really nice. And then building. I would probably pay someone $1,000 if they could get in contact with someone from the building department. I reached out for
Cool.
like 3 weeks and someone just left. Dan LaFleur just left, and someone named Dave is taking his place. And we've been calling, me and my contractor, even me, even though I'm not supposed to, but I've been calling, emailing, and really no response for like 3 weeks. So Tom Kennedy, it took over. He came out Friday before Christmas and he's taking a 2-week vacation. So he did like a rough inspection just to make sure. I just wanted to make sure like everything was set to pass when he could actually come do the final inspection, which is January 8th. So that's, I guess, when he comes back from vacation. So Friday is the fire inspection with the puff test for the hood. So the hood, all the electrical ansel system, everything is done in the hood. The hood is operating.
This Friday, the 29th?
Yeah, this Friday.
All right.
Wednesday is the health inspection, and then the 8th, which is Monday, Kennedy, the building inspector, is coming back out for the final inspection. And it actually went good during the rough inspection. We just needed a couple more exit signs and emergency lights. So I bought those today.
Are they installed? No.
I dropped them off for my electrician and he installed them. I had bought 8. So if he didn't finish them all today, he's finishing them tomorrow.
Okay. And then what happens? So we got January, this Friday, the fire inspection, January. When is the health?
Wednesday. The
Third.
3rd. Yeah.
And then Monday, January 8th is building.
Building.
All right. So plumbing, is that a general thing? Is the plumbing and the gas all set?
Yeah, the plumbing and the gas already passed final
So
inspection.
this is just building inspector.
Mhm.
And he's going to give you your certificate of occupancy at that point.
Yes.
What you get. All right. And then what? When's the grand opening?
Then we party. No. Then I take a nap. I don't know. Like, this is so stressful. Yeah, so then after that we'll probably plan to do a soft opening the weekend after, just to kind of get everyone on the same page, get everything together.
The weekend of the 12th and 13th?
Yes. No, probably the weekend after that. We'll probably do like a soft opening, like have our family and friends, like the employees and staff, like close families, just to like a soft opening that weekend. And then after that we'll probably do the public.
Okay, so friends and family on the 12th, friends, family license commissioners on the 12th and 13th.
I don't want you guys to come if you're gonna judge. It's probably gonna be a little slow.
And then public on 19th and 20th.
Yes.
Okay. And your furniture arrived.
My furniture did arrive. It's pink.
Pink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Peter, you remember the inside?
Oh yeah, pink.
We're making the floor a little darker though. That was just the primer. They're doing the floor on Friday so it can dry over New Year's Eve.
Are all the roses on the wall?
No.
No. Okay. And heat? You have heat? Heat is going.
Yeah, I do have the heat. I'm really nervous for the gas bill.
Oh. Okay.
It's 3 operating, and every time I turn around, my electrician turns the heat up. And I'm like, no, turn it down. Put a sweater on.
All right. Commissioners, questions?
No, as long as she has all her stuff and all she's waiting on and the city basically to give her the okay, I'm good.
Everybody takes this week off I have to be here for obvious reasons, but
I know. Surprised when I was like, oh wait, that's 2 days after Christmas. Like, off?
No, there's almost nobody here.
I think our hope was really that you would be open, and that was, I thought that we wouldn't necessarily need this whole hearing. The idea was that we've continued it. You've put a lot of work, a lot of time into it, but we were really hoping that you'd be open by now and we would just be able to say congratulations. So that's been our concern throughout this entire process.
I would have loved to be open for New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, stuff like that. But it's just, the inspectors, like the lack of help that the city has, or the lack of inspectors that the city has, they are short staffed in every single department. And plus, on top of that, holiday vacation, which is really the only thing that was kind of, stopping us from that. Because I could have scheduled the fire a little sooner. When I talked to Sam in health, she said she can come out whenever, because I've been communicating with her. So she knows like I'm coming up. It's really just Tom from building, because he took vacation.
Okay, so this is a Section 77 cancellation hearing for non-use of the license. And so our decision is whether to cancel this license and have Kristen reapply for 2025 when she's ready, or to grant another extension.
24.
24, yeah, fiscal year 25 already. Wow. Okay, so for 24. So thoughts on this?
I would just hate to have to do the whole process over, if I could get the certificate of occupancy the first week into January and then have to wait a few months to sell alcohol, that would kind of be.
You have employees?
Yeah.
Okay. So when the crowds roll in on this licensed commissioner family and friends weekend, they're going to have staff to serve.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to do that for the staff to kind of get used to it, because obviously everybody's new. So, you don't really know how everyone operates together until you start operating. So I just want to kind of have people that are close to us, that are not the general public, that isn't going to go and write a bad Google review or something.
Any thoughts, commissioners?
It looks like she's at it the end. I would hate to us be part of her stumbling block and not to be able to finish her goal. But this can't be going any further. I give it to our last meeting in January, and that's it. That's my thoughts and opinion. That we got to have a closure ourselves.
I also agree. I had the pleasure of going there and seeing the progress and the sweat equity that this lady has put into that business is just incredible. I agree. I just wouldn't want to have her stumble at the finish line. I agree to maybe the end, our next meeting, and that's it.
I agree with both of my fellow commissioners. The only thing I have a problem with, if the city is not staffed and she can't get her licenses due to the city and not her own fault, what kind of position do we find ourselves in with that obstacle?
Right.
Well, yeah, it would be kind of foolish to in my opinion, kind of foolish to cancel license now and have her reapply in 2 weeks in order to be open for the 19th. That doesn't really make sense. So, Johnny, was that a motion?
Yes.
All right. So your motion is to continue this to January 24th?
Yes, but is that our next, not the next one, but yes.
Second one in January, with this is just the weekend after the grand opening. Right, Kristen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Do I hear a second on that motion? Continue to January 24th.
Second.
Let's find my paper. Oh, Commissioner Cade.
Yes.
Commissioner DeLangelo Antonio.
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez.
Yes.
Commissioner Signature, yes. All right, we continue this again to January 24th. And hope we see you open before then, Kristen.
I hope so. I hope so.
Or
Trust me.
we're gonna put you at the end of another very long agenda.
I know. I feel
Yeah.
like I should like once a month volunteer for the, for the commission.
Just to sit in. Yeah. Okay. You're welcome. All right. We will
Okay.
hope to we're gonna so
Is Anna leaving? Anna,
she is
Chris, when
Friday.
you've been with us so long, you know Anna and everybody else. So yeah.
I
Friday
think
is her last day.
I probably stressed her out.
Yes, actually she said I'm leaving because of Kristen.
Is she moving out of state?
Is she what?
Is she moving far?
Oh,
She's
I don't think so. She bought a house not too
Oh.
long ago, so I think she's just changing employers.
Nice. Okay. Well, I will. So who do I send? Who do I email now? If I usually send stuff to
Well,
her.
there's an email address for the license commission, just general, I believe, license at Springfield City Hall, or you can email Edna. Call the commission office and they'll tell you how to contact them via email.
Okay. Yeah, that way I can update you guys.
All right.
Okay, thank
We
you
could
so
have
much.
Anna's going away party at Rose, except it's not open.
If we had the CO, we definitely could have.
All right. Good
All
luck.
right. Take care.
I appreciate it.
Good night.
Good luck. Bye-bye.
Good night.
All right. 124. See what happens. All right. The next item on the agenda is a new violation for Sophia's Pizza, which is quite odd. Did everybody have a chance to review that?
That was an interesting one.
Yeah. So the I don't, it's just very weird. So someone asks you to step outside and you just go willingly, and then that person has a bottle in their sleeve and conks you in the face with it. So if you had a loose fitting sweatshirt, I guess you could conceal a beer bottle up the sleeve. Does anybody see any sort of responsibility on Sophia's part that they overlooked in this?
No.
I do not.
No. All right. I make a motion then to take no action on the police report of the incident at Sophia's Pizza of December 2nd, 2023. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second.
Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Signature, yes. Did I make? Yes, we did take you made a motion on Rose, and did we vote on that?
No.
No. All right. So Johnny made a motion to continue to January 24th. Did someone second it?
I think someone did, didn't?
We did. I thought we didn't do it on the suspension of the bodega. Did we miss a roll call on that one? I don't recall casting a vote on the bodega. Just the 2-day suspension with the 3 in abeyance.
Oh, we did that. We did do that.
You did? Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I wrote down 4-0 on that one.
Yeah.
But I just want to make sure we're official on Rose. Did somebody else second the motion on Rose?
I'll second.
Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Signature, yes. All right. So so we're official, and the next regular meeting is Wednesday, January 10th. Do we have anything else? No. All right.
There's
Well,
just a reminder that Anna's party is Friday.
Anna's party is Friday at 4:30. And I make a motion to adjourn. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Signature, yes. Thank you, everyone.